Hello all, this is Chelsea again. Hope you're having a great week. I just finished up the Leadership Skills Questionnaire, so I'm here to report my findings to you. After doing the questionnaire, I found that I ranked in the very high range for conceptual skills, the high range for interpersonal skills, and the moderate range for administrative skills. And these findings really do not surprise me. I'm a new nurse and don't really have a lot of experience with administration, so I was expecting to rank on the moderate to low end of that. But generally speaking, I am a good abstract thinker. I am pretty decent at developing ideas, solving problems creatively, and predicting the possible outcome. So I think that kind of fits into the conceptual skills. I don't have a lot of experience as a manager. Like I said, I am a new nurse, but I do think that it's really important for a manager to be knowledgeable and have definitely in the moderate to high, if not very high range for all of these skills. Like the blog said, I think nurse leaders and managers, they have to function in a variety of organizational systems, and they kind of manage care using all different delivery models and delivery systems because they have to deal with all different kinds of individuals and groups from many different disciplines. So I just think that's really important. The organizational structure used at my hospital that I work at is most closely aligned with the vertical structure. The structure works really well for my facility. It seems like I know me, personally speaking, I appreciate that there's a well-defined chain of command. My current manager, she's completely involved with staff. She's always available for us to talk to her. We can go to her for issues, support, encouragement, guidance, etc. And she encourages staff to be involved in the decision-making process. And she always makes sure that our needs are being communicated up the chain of command, which I really appreciate. Unfortunately, like the book says, I know that with the vertical structure, communication can become distorted because the message is sent through so many different layers of the organization. But I still like to know who I'm reporting to and who they're reporting to and who they're reporting to. And I feel pretty confident that in my organization anyway, that the managers are just advocating for their subordinates, and they really try to communicate effectively up the chain of command. So I really appreciate that. Also with this structure, I really like that the duties and activities are well defined. That's something that I really value. And just overall, I feel like the structure seems like a more organized structure, and I'm really a fan of organization. So, let's see. And the hospital I work at, it does totally allow for transdisciplinary collaboration. Communication between departments is always encouraged at this facility, and I really like that as well. We're really just a big team. So anyway, after I gained some experience, I feel like I could function well as a manager and leader in this organizational structure. With the teamwork model, I'm a huge fan of teams and teamwork, and fortunately, my facility also encourages that. But with the teamwork model and the vertical structure, I feel like me and my team could accomplish a lot. I know my manager does a great job. So if I were in a managerial position at this particular hospital, I would report to another nurse manager who would report to the assistant director of nursing, who would report to the director of nursing, who would report to the vice president of patient care, and they would report to the chief executive officer. It's pretty much just going up the basic chain of command, and like I said, I really like knowing, even though I'm kind of low on the totem pole, I like knowing who's reporting to who. As far as skills go, I would definitely utilize interpersonal relations, credibility, and communication network to secure needed resources such as staffing. I honestly feel like communication is the key to leading and managing a group of people. I appreciate honest communication, and I feel like other people do as well. So by engaging in interpersonal relations with coworkers, establishing credibility with those same coworkers, and then communicating with everyone at all levels of the organization, I would be able to better manage staff members. The published literature that I chose was an article written on March 5th in 2012 in the American Academy of Nursing Journal. And the title is The Imperative for Patient, Family, and Population-Centered Interprofessional Approaches to Care Coordination and Transitional Care. And the article just simply talks about how important collaboration of care is. The journal specifically says care coordination and transitional care services are strategically important for achieving the priorities in patient care. And I couldn't agree more. So I can use this published literature to become a better manager. Like I've already mentioned, but this article also helps me recognize the importance of collaboration and the importance of the interdisciplinary or transdisciplinary team approach. As nurses, everything we do revolves around communication. And I believe that if we're successful in communicating with our patients, our families, our subordinates, our superiors, our coworkers, members of other groups in the hospital, other units in the hospital, and just our coworkers in general, I feel like the outcome's often exponentially better, and it's much more beneficial for the patient. So anyway, that's my blog post. I hope I covered everything, but if I didn't, feel free to ask me any questions. Have a good day.